expanded equation. Each factor used in my formation holds no meaning when subject to isolation. Yes, I am no acronym. No AM or PM. My clock runs on all 24 hours. Treat time militaristic, so I guess that means I'm waging war on the past, present, and futuristic. With my army of misfits, we wristlet statistics. And I know it sounds grim, but don't call me sadistic. Us free-thinker fighters do not engage in verbal insurrection out of rage or misdirection. We were drafted into combat, picked by poetic copy of the sorting hat, thrown into the lion's den to be picked apart, bit by bit, bite by bite, until we learned to fight by night, sight without light, learn to write in the dark, let us to invite the spark to ignite the blaze in the lost part of the brain. We undertake our metamorphosis. Metaphoric lists bleed from our fingertips. We let the blood drips like raindrops, plunge to the earth only to be interrupted by two rocks, disrupting our similes from planting themselves like seeds. And yes, though they might have grown, they just as easily could have withered and died. So we stand side by side, mind by mind. Let our metaphors bleed themselves dry. Watch the crimson capsules that captured scraps of our souls collide, combined to create a lake of convictions, both definitions. A red sea of certainty and a dead sea of the guilty plea. We evolve. Discover our third eye, and through it we see our blood lake take the shape of the 10 changes we would make to the mind state of the human race. 1. There will be no more human race. Now, I'm not implying full-blown extermination, merely the death of the determination to be the winner in a non-existent competition. In our rendition, life will be treated as a leisurely stroll to be traveled at your own speed. And if you find you need assistance dealing with the distance, ask anyone you pass for a helping hand. Here, we share our existence.
2. Regret. Never forget who you are. Rewind the divine 9 or 10 until you get to 2. Live, review. What you did in the past, so let it pass. Allow your rival to act like an ass, but don't bring it to your agenda. Be sweet like splendor, unique like magenta. Keep going like a blender, but do not regret. Live with it. Run with it. Have fun with it. This is life. If you're living with regret, you will never ever get to let go of or set in place. Regret is negative. The black to the white knight. You should be able to take flight and relax. Climax. Don't be consumed by regretful gases. 10 full of oxygen with a first aid mask kit. So put your mask on and let forgiveness sprout. Regret is death to life like adding into out.
3. People will be transparent. Every intention, good and bad, will be made apparent. There will be no hidden definitions. Our bodies will make the transition from flesh, blood, muscle, and bone to ghosts, appear as apparitions. Not dead in any sense of the word, no need for morticians. Physicians will still feel our heartbeat, but we will be see-through. Each word, not just spoken, but meant, will be tattooed on as skin. Visible form will be earned, not given, once we learn the importance of being earnest. Let's make this easy. Honestly, be honest.
4. Stereotypes. It's something like a Charlie Manson Hitler type thing where murder's not a crime, so I cock back my 9, take focus, aim, shoot at stereotypical lies. We will no longer be burdened by DNA structure and physical differences as a means to an end, reason being a means to fail, so I take my vagina and leave my abdomen unswollen, and I'll take my dark coloring and watch as the light from the sun illuminates each pigment as I hold my degree. I decree. Leave no sir and yes some back in the day with the whips and the two-step jive, and still bars do not a home make, and be aware that white devils are illusions and carry the same burdens that black backs do, so beat me not with your ignorance. Hits, spits, cuts just as deeply as nigga did, does, chinks, bitch, spoken words that wound with no blood is stereotypical pride if you believe that minority and poverty are one, so take back your existence. We are all blank canvases of God's creation, so I command you to see beyond the surface pigment and into one's heart of gold.
Number 5. Love would have one true spelling, and it would be L-O-V-E, not S-H-I-T, no H-A-T-E, no hate-C. Love would be great. Love would never leave you vexed. It would never lead you to be stressed. It's not spelled S-C-X, not L-U-D in the text. Love would never, ever be depressed. Love would be all rules, nothing added, subtracted, beneath or above. 2 people, 4 letters, 1 word, 1 love.
6. And please do not text, plug, or tweet this. Speak this. The art of communication will be taken off the global hit list. The act of face-to-face conversation where things like speaking with a lisp or being British can be noted. Reflections that define the difference between you and you can be expressed. Our calling plan has very limited text, but instead we offer endless web access to our brand new application, not app. Remember, we don't do abbreviations. Facebook. I know, catchy isn't it? And oh so original, but wait, here's the hook, line, and sinker. We require no registration, installation, or I agree to the terms and conditions, please click here. We keep our book of faces in the endless space between the left and right ear. High definition, crystal clear depictions of every time you made the decision to share that first hello and right click. Save as. Please select memory device.
Oh my God.
Number 7, thou shalt listen. Not get caught in the glisten of the glazed maze of what is thought to be amazing. Listen like it's a craving and you want more. Listen like your ears were a stomach in your paw. Absorb my words and understand because you're listening, not hearing. This is number 7 out of 11 out of 10. So list 10 commandments. I bet you can't stand it. Intellectually branded, minds candid. Imagine if this was the entire planet. Difference would be the difference and change would be the same. Eventually you would think this to be plain as plaid. Difference once thought to be bad. Listen carefully, because if you listen scarcely, you miss the message of the passage. Even a blind man can see the lesson, and a mute man can have it delivered. So I'll pick up this bow and arrow and grab it by the quiver and shoot this message in your mind. If you were truly listening the entire time, you would have realized the lesson is in the first line. Thou shalt listen.
8. Words will take physical shape. Their tangible forms will carry every ounce of substance they were given when spoken. Substance. Words filled with nothing but pure intent will be our equivalent to drugs, to be indulged in freely. The effects will be reflected by purity. If affection is beer, then love is liquor. Freedom is psychedelic, so that makes us day trippers.
9. From this point forward, religion shall be deemed a controlled substance. Not illegal, rather unsuitable for minors under the age of 18. No longer will our children be indoctrinated by the ideologies of one religion which preaches hate for homosexuals or hate for individuals who don't believe in the same God. No longer will minors be allowed within a house of worship, for they are empty vessels that need to learn that absolute truth rarely is. Allow religious establishments to pass out pamphlets adjacent to college and military recruiters. Let them earn their tax-exempt status by winning over the minds of willing men and not inheriting children with no choice.
10. Never again will the words weird, odd, unusual, strange, bizarre, unconventional, eccentric, unique, nonconformist, free, radical, rebel, outcast, outlandish, outlaw, out of the box, out of the ordinary. Oh, fuck me. Abnormal, irregular, peculiar, curious, queer, and just to clarify, I'm not talking about queers in its recent association with homosexuality, though there's clearly nothing wrong with that either. I'm talking about its traditional definition as different. Anyways, queer and or deviant be used in a negative context. These terms will from now on be signs of respect. There will be no such thing as defects. Failure to any and all prejudices must be checked and left at the door. Failure to accept any individual's personal preference will result in the offender being sent on a 5,280-foot walk. A chance to collect their thoughts. Intolerance will not be tolerated. And though it's hypocritical, this is not a fact that will be debated. These commandments were not translated from any heavenly presence. They are the result of years spent watching the deterioration of the nation of mankind shortened down to man. But I am not an abbreviation.